Hello, this is my presentation on the Rexburg Mainstreet. So first thing to do with Rexburg Mainstreet, or gets to know about this is Rexburg is home to Brigham Young University, Idaho, and it rolls around 19,000 students annually. And that's I think that's decent for a university, not one of the major ones, but when you look comparison to the city size, which is only 29,000, you realize that um, the students of Brigham Young University, Idaho, really um, have a presence here in Rexburg. Um, and with this presence of all these students, they bring in a lot of money from outside of Idaho. You know, each goes home. Some are from the East Coast, West Coast. Some are from internationally, Europe, Australia, Asia, um, Africa. All these different demographics of students are coming here um, to Rexburg to get an education and also to spend their money. Um, and this is a huge opportunity for Rexburg to um, improve in increasing their small businesses. Helping the small business owners here in Rexburg really have a chance because they have all these thousands of consumers that are ready to spend their money. And Rexburg is a great place for consumers to gather, patrons to gather, and to you know utilize the businesses that are offered here. And I was one of the tasks I took upon myself was to go and walk down Main Street to see what the problems or what are some things that these patrons might not like, or even the locals here in Rexburg. And there are four things that I saw as an outsider, not from Rexburg, that I noticed um, coming into down Main Street in Rexburg. Those were the sidewalks and crosswalks, the accommodations that are offered on Main Street, the roads, and just a lack of beauty. And if there's anybody local from Rexburg, it's a great Main Street. These are just things to help improve it. And not taking any shots necessarily at Main Street. First thing I really noticed was the crosswalks. Most of the paint on the crosswalks are very bad, and the cars need to know that that's where people are walking to keep the patrons safe, especially with such a young demographic here. Um, as students, there are a lot of people that don't have cars since they're coming from out of state, so they'll be walking. And so having this accommodating to these students transportation of walking, that should be one of our top priorities as Rexburg, as um, the city of Rexburg. Um, so I recommend that there needs to be new paint put down for the crosswalks, as well as maybe finding a better way. Right now, there's only one on Main Street, one crosswalk that I saw that uses flags. We can see this flag is being torn apart. These aren't very efficient. I've used it myself. I don't feel safe crossing that crosswalk. I always go to a different one. So I think what needs to be done is we need to insert one of these flashing light crosswalks. The cars can see that a lot easier. They're all around Rexburg. I think putting one right here would be very beneficial for the city and patrons. Rexburg. Next one, sidewalks. They're not terrible, but you can see at this picture that there definitely could be improvements. From the budget that I saw that Rexburg receives for improving Main Street, I propose that we insert cobblestone. I lived in Europe for about 5 years of my life, and most of the main streets or where people gather are used with cobblestone. Um, it's very effective and it lasts a long time, and it's very durable to harsh winters because cement will crack and break and be all messed up. But this cobblestone, it doesn't crack. I think that would really help the city of Rexford to keep it looking nice and keep maintenance costs low. Accommodations, I think there needs to be better seating. The only places I saw where there's seating was by Walgreens, and I think patrons would really appreciate if there's more seating across. all along Main Street. Lack of beauty. Know that I took this picture during the spring, so it doesn't look the best. It does look pretty with the trees bloomed and with it fully leaved, but I think it would also patrons would enjoy it more and be more of a social area if there was possibly like art along the sidewalks or pots with plants or vegetation, flowers along. Um, those visually appealing things really bring consumers in, make them feel welcome. And then roads as the main street of Rexburg. This is when people are coming through to see what Rexburg is really like. We have a lot of visitors, families of students coming. Um, it gives a negative light on our city when our roads are very bad. And so I suggest that we devote um, part of our budget to yearly maintenance. We can see, of course, there's going to be potholes in the year, so we can't expect perfection, but potholes like these can definitely be cleared up um, sooner than that. So yeah, I recommend that we get a main crew to fix those to make sure that Main Street always looking nice. So just rounding back, I think the sidewalks and crosswalks need to be done a little bit better. Accommodations, roads, beautifying it a little bit. These will all bring more consumers and these students to Main Street to help our local businesses and possibly increase the size of Main Street or the businesses along there and help all the citizens of Rexburg have a better experience. Thank you.